warriors, I want to talk about something that we are rarely talking about, and that is demand, human trafficking, sex trafficking, demand. Now, what do I mean by demand? Just think about it. If we didn't have any sex buyers, if there wasn't such a demand, we wouldn't have the victims. Simple, right? I want to bring to your attention that Hillsborough County in Florida, human trafficking squad. I like the sound of that. I think every community, every town, city needs a human trafficking squad. And what did they do? In a year's time, they nabbed over 300 sex buyers, many of them looking for minors, looking for kids, right? So we need human trafficking squads in our country because this normalization of the sexualization of our children is leading people who ordinarily might not be looking for sex with a minor, a kid. It's the rape of a child, to seek it. But because it's so prevalent these days, more people are seeking it. But let's really talk about this demand. So many girls and women and boys and men have been arrested, the prostituted person, held accountable. But have we really focused on the buyer? If we had stricter laws for the buyer, or the laws we already have on the books, we enforce them more, I think we could cut down a lot on what is going on currently. It's 2022. I'm talking about America, what is happening with our most vulnerable and our precious and our kids, this demand for them. So I want to bring to everybody's attention, what can you do about this? How can you help with this? You must be aware of what is going on. It is one of the reasons I woke up one day a couple of years ago and formed the Warriors, because it is so ugly and dark and overwhelming. We have no choice but to become a warrior in our own home and community. We have to know what's going on. We have to communicate within our family circles, including children, cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents. It's a full family circle event. I want everybody to sign up for the Weekly Warriors newsletter, which goes out every Wednesday morning. And this week's newsletter will be about digital family partnerships, because that is the only way to get in there and start talking about everything, taking digital safety steps within the home. Certainly as we face back to school, a lot of kids are already back in school. We have to do it. Nobody's doing it for us. Yes, things are being worked on, new bills, new policy. But in the meantime, don't let your child or grandchild become a victim of this predation, because I guarantee you, every platform you or your children are on, so are the predators. The children today are the currency, the number one money makers. Demand. Let's start talking more about these people who buy this sex from other people. Let's start talking about, let's call it what it is. It is rape, rape of our children. I work with victims and survivors of all different ages, some my age, raped as children, the lifelong trauma that they experience, good days, bad days, psychological damage. All of this is costing to health, overall, our country. We are in the downswing right now. Let's be honest. I am tired of the reaction to everything as opposed to the take action. I'm tired of putting the Band-Aid on everything when we have to create, go after, prosecute, Let's show these people who are doing this to our most vulnerable, our precious, our kids. Let's enforce the laws. We should be out in the streets rallying for this. Demand, the demand. I see it every day. Like I'm being hit over the head with a hammer. When I think something can't be worse, it is. A different story is shared with, to me, or I read something, or it's in the media. So I'm going to leave you with, it's 2022. It is time to engage, educate, and empower. It is time to become a warrior. It is time to protect our children and be realistic. This is the reality, and talk to them, because they're not getting this anywhere else. They're certainly not getting any kind of safety education in the schools. They're not getting the digital safety, the real-time safety. It has to come from you. Digital family partnerships. That's where it's at. Let's talk about demand. Let's showcase this depravity. Let's rally together, come together, and protect our children. And each and every day, be a warrior.